Hey everyone, how's it going? Jordan Arell here, making my daily video on circumcision um, and today I wasn't sure. At first I wanted to talk about framing and why it's important to frame our arguments in a specific way. And I think that's really important, and I'd still like to talk about it at some point, but a lot of stuff was coming up for me, and so I decided I'd actually really just like to talk about emotions and why it's really important to deal with our own emotions as they're coming up when dealing with this issue or any kind of activism or way that we want to make a change in the world. Excuse me. I think we tend to have this view of ourselves as people who, if we want to be sort of an activist or an entrepreneur or someone who's doing something in the world, then we want to fit into that box and be that person, and we don't want to have these kind of human foibles and emotions and things that are coming up and getting in the way. And I think that's not the right approach to take, because these things do come up and they do get in the way and they do affect us and distract us or and wear on us whether or not we deal with them. And that's what causes burnout and a lot of people to, I think, quit who are in this business. And so I think it's really important to actually, when an emotion comes up, when something comes up, to learn how to be able to actually feel that all the way, to experience whatever is arising, and then let it flow through. And sometimes we need a lot of processing and a lot of different psychological work around that. As I've said before, I think we actually need a lot more of that in this field in order to be effective at what we're doing. So, yesterday I didn't make a video. Well, I did, but I recorded a lot of stuff actually. Danielle Tati and I were out at Denver Civic Center Park on 420 in Denver. It was quite the spectacle. Got to see Lil Jon and some other crazy shit. And a lot of people took pictures of us holding our circumcision removes 16 plus functions signs, and Daniel holding a sign, "I'm Jewish and I hate the fact that I'm circumcised" sign. So it was really great that we got to do that, and so many people saw us and took pictures of us, and we're posting that on social media and asking us questions. A lot of open-minded people, and had some good conversations, turned some heads, so got some really good exposure for this message. And excuse me, tomorrow I was invited by Eric Klopper to help poster Harvard Yard and don one of his beautiful penis suits and hand out invites to his play, which is coming up on May 1st. I'm extremely excited. Never been to Boston before, and I think this is going to be a historic event. I saw the Cornell version of his when it was a speech still, and I think this is just going to be so much more powerful from what I've heard him say about it. So, and that was already incredible. So I'm really excited for this on May 1st, and I'll let you guys know more about that when it's out. Right now I'm kind of up in the air trying to figure out my flight and everything. This kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't know I was going to be doing this, so a little bit tired, as I said, some emotions and craziness coming up for me, and just taking a step back to take care of myself and realize that the more I invest in myself, it may distract me from or so-called seem to distract me from, giving myself 100% to this cause in the moment. But I know if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to be nearly as effective. And in fact, for many years, I wasn't doing anything at all just because I was so weighed down by my own emotions. And so I think that's my message for today. I just want to say, do what you need to do for you, and every second of every day, everything that you're doing can be moving towards building a better world, building a better you, being the best person you can be, being happy, being at peace, being a force for love in the world. Or it could be, self-destructive, and even if you have good intentions, you won't always have a positive effect unless you really are strategic and understand what's going on. So, take a step back, look at your life, look at what you're doing, and what's the best action you can be taking right now. And that's for me too. I need to do this all the time, and that's how I keep myself moving forward. And in every moment, you can just slow down, stop, take a breath, and be here with what is, whatever emotion, whatever's going through your mind. I think it's really helpful to be able to take a step back sometimes and just look at things with new eyes. And it may be painful. It's not always easy to do that, and sometimes it means you're going to have to make some tough changes in your life, or try something new that when you may be doing something repeatedly, have a habit, have a set way of doing things that's not actually the best. And but it's so important. So that's all that's coming to me for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, I just want to keep on raising the level of this conversation, and raise the level of awareness of people who care about this issue, to know how to be as effective as possible, and to really make a change, to really help yourself, and really help change the world and end this atrocity. Nobody deserves to have their genitals cut ever without their consent. It's so wrong, and people just don't have an awareness of how harmful it is, and we just need to keep spreading the word. So again, thank you for listening, and keep speaking up. Do whatever you can. Reach out to me if you want to talk. Thanks, guys.